The mansion of billionaire Adrián Valverde was always quiet, but it wasn't the peaceful kind of quiet. It was a heavy silence that seemed to echo through every marble hallway and grand chandelier. In that enormous house lived his only son, Mateo, a 7-year-old boy who had never heard a single sound in his life. Doctors from the best hospitals in the world had tried everything: expensive treatments, specialists, advanced medical equipment. Nothing worked. Mateo was born completely deaf. For him, laughter, music, and even the sound of his father's voice were things he could never experience. Yet one ordinary daytime moment inside that quiet mansion would soon change everything. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and miracles that come from the most unexpected people, please like this video, comment where you're watching from, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to the channel Kindness Flow. Your support helps spread stories that remind the world that compassion still exists. From the outside, Mateo's life looked perfect. He lived in a massive estate surrounded by bright gardens, sparkling fountains, and endless luxury. He had expensive toys, private tutors, and everything money could buy. But inside, Mateo often felt alone. Every day he watched people's lips move without understanding the sounds behind them. He studied facial expressions carefully, trying to guess emotions from the way people moved their mouths and hands. Sometimes he sat near the large windows, looking outside at the bright daytime sky and the distant city, wondering what the world truly sounded like. His father, Adrián Valverde, loved him deeply. But being one of the busiest billionaires in the country meant his life was filled with business meetings, travel, and constant pressure. Adrián believed he was giving his son the best life possible, yet he didn't realize how lonely that silent world felt for the little boy. Everything began to change the day a new maid arrived at the mansion. Her name was Camila, a young woman with kind eyes and a calm presence. Unlike the other employees who treated Mateo carefully but distantly, Camila noticed something special about him. She saw how closely he watched people's hands, how his eyes searched for meaning in every movement, and how he seemed to be silently asking the world to understand him. One bright afternoon, sunlight filled the living room while Mateo sat on the floor drawing pictures. Camila was cleaning nearby when she noticed a small insect crawling on the boy's shoulder. It was a harmless centipede that must have come from the garden. Mateo didn't react because he couldn't hear it or feel it yet. Camila quickly stepped closer and gently removed the insect before it could scare him. But in that moment, something unexpected happened. As Camila carefully moved the insect away, her hands instinctively formed a few simple gestures. She had grown up with a deaf younger brother and had learned sign language from childhood. Without thinking, she used those same hand movements while trying to reassure the boy. When Mateo saw those gestures, his eyes widened in shock. For the first time in his life, someone was speaking in a language he could understand. Slowly, his small hands lifted into the air. Hesitantly, he tried to copy one of the signs. Camila froze for a moment, realizing what was happening. Mateo wasn't just watching, he was responding. In that quiet room filled with warm daylight, a beautiful connection began. Camila carefully signed a simple greeting, introducing herself slowly with clear movements. Mateo watched every detail with intense focus. Then he tried repeating the signs. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough to build the first bridge between their two worlds. Days passed, and those quiet afternoons became special lessons. Camila patiently taught Mateo sign language little by little. Soon the lonely boy who once sat silently by the window began to smile more often. His hands moved with excitement as he learned to express thoughts, emotions, and questions. For the first time in his life, he could communicate. One afternoon, Adrián returned home earlier than usual. As he walked past the living room, he stopped suddenly. There, in the bright daylight, he saw his son communicating with Camila through sign language. Mateo's face was glowing with joy, his hands moving confidently as he shared something exciting. Adrián felt tears fill his eyes. For years he had spent millions searching for a way to help his son. Yet the true miracle didn't come from doctors or expensive treatments. It came from a simple act of kindness from someone who truly understood his child. That moment changed everything. Adrián soon began supporting organizations that helped deaf children and funded schools that taught sign language to families. Mateo, the boy who once lived in total silence, finally had a voice, one made of expressions, gestures, and hope. Before we finish this story, we have a special request. If this story touched your heart, please comment the word hope below to show that kindness still has the power to change lives. Stories like Mateo's remind us that sometimes the greatest miracles don't come from wealth or power. They come from patience, understanding, and the courage to truly see someone who feels invisible. And if this story moved you even a little, please like the video, share it with someone who believes in kindness, and subscribe to Kindness Flow so we can continue bringing you emotional stories that remind the world that even the smallest act of compassion can change a life forever.